Okay, now we're going to practice our for loops by coding up a little game I call Lucky Sevens. In Lucky Sevens, we're going to simulate rolling 2 dice 100 times, and we're just going to count up the number of times that a 7 is rolled. This is a pretty simple application, but it's a good demonstration of what a for loop should do. So let's start a Visual C# console applications. We'll call it Lucky Sevens. Now, since I want to count the number of 7s rolled, I'm going to need a variable for that. I'll call it total number of 7s. We'll start that off as 0. Then we will create our random number generator. Now, I would like to roll the dice 100 times. I'm going to need to keep track of each dice roll. So I'm going to need dice 1, and dice 2. So 4, and I'm going to show you a little trick here. Let me delete this out. If you can't remember the syntax for a loop and you're using Visual Studio, you notice when I type 4, this IntelliSense pops open right beneath me. And if 4 is highlighted and I hit the tab key, it's going to use a code snippet for a for loop. So if I hit tab twice, there we go. And it gives me a little template to kind of fill in the blanks, and then I can adjust the template to suit my needs. I can also do that with a while loop. Tab tab. And it just puts true up there, but really I'd have to put my own expression in there. So that's just a little quickie on code snippets. There's code snippets for almost every common block of code. So go out and look for them and find them and definitely use them because they'll make you more productive. So we want to roll these dice 100 times. So I'm going to start at 1. I'm going to loop as long as we're less than or equal to 100. So when we get to 101, it's going to stop. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a random number for dice 1. I want that number between 1 and 7 because a dice has 6 sides. Dice 2, do the same thing. Get the next number between 1 and 7. And then we just need to decide if they rolled a 7. So if die 1 plus die 2 is equal to 7, we'll increment the total number of 7s we rolled. Just like that. And then at the end we can say console, right line, out of 100 rolls, you rolled this many 7s. And we'll pass in the total number of 7s. Put it in a console.readline so it doesn't close on us. And let's run it and see how we did. Out of 100 rolls, I rolled 18 7s. Could try that again. And this time I rolled 21 7s. I don't remember my dice distributions tables, but that seems pretty reasonable.